We all have that one special place, a place where the food is always fresh and the drinks are always cold. And most importantly, our dog is always greeted with a smile. For us, this place is called Portland Lobster Company. And if you ever find yourself in Maine, we would definitely recommend that you stop in. However, please don't steal their menus or anyone else's menus to duplicate this project. It's easy enough just to take a photo of your favorite place's menus, and for less than $1, you can have it printed off at your local Walmart. With all that said, I saw a similar project years ago and always wanted to share it. I hope you enjoy it. Cheers! Start with a colorful menu. Find 2 colors that match the menu. Teal and white are going to be my choices on this particular project. Next, get a piece of plexiglass. The plexiglass should be slightly larger than your menu. You'll then want a hook for your towel. For this, I'm going to use a boat cleat and matching screws. The plexiglass will be held by screws and washers. And you'll need some kind of picture hangers. I want this to sit flat up against a wall, so I'll be using this type. Then all you need is a couple pieces of scrap lumber. I'll be using this piece of poplar and just a 1/4-inch sheet of plywood. Now that you have all your materials, you'll begin your layout. A little pre-planning here will go a long ways. You're going to mark your plywood to be slightly bigger than the plexiglass. For this, I'm marking it 1 inch wider all around before I go over to my table saw and make those cuts. Once your plywood's cut, you'll come back and relay it out on your larger board. I'm going to center this one about 1 inch on the top and 1 inch on both sides. Once I'm confident in where I want it, I'll outline it in pencil. Because the boat cleat towel holder needs more room, I'm going to allow up to 3 inches on the bottom. I'll mark that, bring it over to my table saw, and cut it off the bigger board. Now I could stop here. I love the way it looks. A little polyurethane, and it would be perfect just like this. I'd like this board to sit flat against the wall. So instead of just nailing on the picture hangers, I'm going to take the time and route out a little space underneath them. I'm also going to install 2 picture hangers to help support the weight of the towels that will be hanging off from this once the project is finished. As you can see, I've installed the hangers upside down in recess. This will allow the board to sit flush up against the wall. Since I already have my rigid hand router out, I'm going to change the bit and round off the edges. It's probably an unnecessary step, but it's out, so why not? This just gives it a nice smooth finish around the edges. One last check to confirm my menu placement, and then I will trace it. Painting is my least favorite thing to do, so we'll just go ahead and rush through this. A little white. And a little teal. And now that it's dry, we'll start putting it together. We'll trace around, make sure everything goes where it's supposed to. We'll glue the 1/4-inch plywood on. I'll then center the menu, and I'm going to use a little double stick tape to make sure it stays in put where I want it. This might be unnecessary, but it certainly makes me feel better. I'll then center the plexiglass over the white 1/4 inch plywood. It doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it's covering the menu. I'll then use these washers with matching screws to secure the plexiglass to the 1/4 inch plywood to the 3/4 inch poplar. I did use wood glue to secure the 1/4 inch plywood, but by screwing it down using the screws, this is going to make it really solid. Now all we have left to do is to attach the boat cleat towel hanger, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use a tap to get the screw started and to make sure the towel holder stays straight where I put it. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And by all means, if you ever get to Portland, Maine, visit the Portland Lobster Company. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.